Junior Pro Kart it is then, as Amy Frame makes her way round for her front row start. And she is the 14, will be on pole with Thomas Wilkins alongside Harrison Johns and Christian Oblang on the second row. Heat 1 winner Max Shields starts 5th alongside the impressive Harry Brown, who came through to take 4th place in heat number 1. Thank you for joining us in the live chat. We'll dip in and out of that throughout the day. Lehman Freed has been on saying good luck to Harry Brown from Mum and Lee. They're sunbathing in Mallorca. Now, when I ask people where they're watching from, I'm not a big fan of you telling me that you're somewhere warmer than what I am. So if there's anybody watching from somewhere cold that will make me feel a lot better, feel free to drop that in the live chat comments as well. But I hope, Lee, and you're enjoying yourself in Mallorca, and thank you very much for joining us. Mandy Wheatley's been on saying go Max Wheatley from Mum. Well, I'm sure she will be very happy with the performance from heat number 2 in Honda Cadet. We're away and racing in Junior Pro Kart. It's a good start from Amy Frame as Max Shields and Harry Brown go side by side up the hill. Oblang from the second row. Looks like he could have moved up from 4th, and he's going to try and get down the inside of Thomas Wilkins at the top of the hill, and he is through, and Max Shields as well is through into 4th place on Harrison Johns as Harry Brown goes very, very wide round Spoon and almost is close enough to say hello to our cameraman there at the top of the hill, but not really any harm done. He's going to drop back into 6th place as Amy Frame and Christian Oblang are side by side at the top of the hill. Shields is going to try and get to the inside of Wilkins. Can't do it and has to slot into 4th place as they come down the hill with Harrison Johns in the number 10, the blue kart, the Welshman. This is his local circuit as Max Shields slides down the inside into the final corner. I'm not sure it's the first time that anyone's overtaken there throughout the day, but certainly the first time we've seen one on camera as Shields slides through into 2nd place. Now, that looks like a potential spot of rain on the camera. Now I'll see whether we can get some feedback from anybody. It looks nice and sunny out there on track, but it looked like there was at least one spot on the camera. Might just be as Shields tries to get down the inside of Christian Oblang into the carousel, then takes a huge chunk of curb on the inside. They'll still be side by side as they get to the top of the hill, and it's still Christian Oblang then in 2nd place, holding on. Himself and Max Shields come into this round number 5 here of the Junior Kart Championship, fairly evenly matched in points, only 18 between them as they head towards the second half of the season. Amy Frame conceding to lead the way as Max Shields is squeezed to the inside by Christian Oblag. 2 of them though still managing to close up on Amy Frame in the 14, and they take a big bounce over them curbs. Down the hill they come then towards Carousel, and the field still fairly tightly packed here in Junior Pro Kart. Frame not being able to break away at the front with Oblang and Shields, the 2 perennial front runners in this class, running 2nd and 3rd. Then Tom Wilkins not too far back in 4th place. Harrison Johns and Harry Brown still arguing it out. There they are for 5th place, and Brown has managed to find a way through and moves up into 5th place. Amy Frame leading the way with a look over the shoulder. Christian Oblang in the middle of the sandwich. Never a position that I'd like to be in as a driver, because not only do you have to attack, but you have to defend as well if you're in the middle of a 3. As Amy Frame gets a slow exit, Christian Oblang is then forced wide, and Max Shields will come through from 3rd place to take the lead, and Frame is turned round by Christian Oblang at the carousel, bangs the steering wheel. Oblang takes the hand off the wheel in by way of apology, but unless this is Mario Kart, we can't pick Amy Frame back up and drop her back into 2nd place. She drops from the lead at the top of the hill all the way down to 6th place by the time she's at the bottom of it, and now will be coming through, and that is a very, very angry Amy Frame. If that visor wasn't mirrored, you'd be able to see just pure red behind it as she shakes her head coming over start finish. I'm fairly sure that's either towards her dad, who'll be down there watching just in sheer frustration, as it'll probably be the first time she's on a straight bit there here at GYG. Disappointment for Frame, who led the early phases of this race, but then a mistake at the top of the hill forced her wide, and now Oblang went onto the grass, and then as Shields came through, Oblang tried to wedge the 79 kart down the inside of Amy Frame into the carousel. Now he's dropped away in second place. That's opened the gap up of 1.4 to Max Shields. Tom Wilkins slides wide round the final corner. Is that going to give Harry Brown an opportunity to get in the slipstream as they run up the hill towards the right-hander there, as our camera picks them up, and then they'll head up and over the crest towards Spoon, hard on the brakes. Brown takes a wider line on entry, tries to get the hook back and then down the hill as they go towards that double apex left of carousel. You see the curb on the inside, painted in the Welsh colours. 3.5 minutes remaining in Heat 2 then for our Junior Pro Kart class, and Brown loses a kart length or two and then slides much wider than Tom Wilkins, although doesn't lose time. He actually closes up them differing lines, allowing Harry Brown to close up on Tom Wilkins. Then they bounce over that big curb on the outside. That's the best way to rattle your teeth loose. So if some of our cadet drivers haven't gone through all their milk teeth yet and want a couple of quid, just go over them curbs. They'll be fairly loose by the end of the day. Brown still then on the back of Christian Oblag. Also on the back of Tom Wilkins. Oblag's managed to break free. It's now losing time at around about half a second a lap to Max Shields, your race leader, who's managed to come through and is moving away, adding more valuable points to his championship quest as he tries to make it a double championship in the Junior Kart Series, having taken the crown last season. This battle for third place now though sees Harry Brown, who gets a much cleaner line this time round the final corner and sits right in the wheel tracks of the 67 of Tom Wilkins. Goes wider on the run up the hill. Right there, can he make a move down the inside? Not close enough, I don't think, to make the move into Spoon. Will get a clean run round. And by staying off the curbs, I think there, as Amy Frame puts in a personal best, she's trying to close in on the back of Harrison Johns, although she is 13 seconds off after that spin. With 2 minutes remaining, it means that she's almost certainly consigned to 6th place unless anybody else has a problem, as we now see once again Brown and Wilkins taking them differing lines down the hill. Brown this time once again does get wide and over the curb and it spits him out the other side. Loses a few kart lengths on Wilkins, a driver that he did manage to finish in front of in the opening race of the day in this Junior Pro Kart class. We'll have to find a way through in this remaining 1 minute and 10 seconds. Interesting to watch now as they come towards this section of the track, as they make their way down the hill, the differing lines between Wilkins and Brown. As we watch them come down. Now on a number of occasions we see there Wilkins takes a much wider line in. Brown is a lot tighter between the two, so whilst Wilkins is probably taking a quicker line, he is travelling further by going wider and then goes wide into the final complex of corners. Brown got alongside, but Wilkins has more run and manages to chop across the bows of the 47 of Harry Brown. Behind them though, Harrison Johns not too far back, as these two, as Harry Brown gets hard on the brakes there, almost wrapped the back end of the 47 round, but was hard on the brakes. I think they're going to, depending on how far Max Shields is down the road, he might get through before this time elapses at the top. So we're going to get at least two more laps in, I think, here in Junior Pro Kart, to see whether Harry Brown can take advantage of Tom Wilkins as they... Oh, and this contact, Brown into the back of Wilkins, and Harry Brown spins from 4th place. Arm up, I think that's more frustration with himself than anything else. He just got into the back of Tom Wilkins and had a bit of a spin. And when you're coming down that complex of corners, the head shake this time, I think that's more with himself than anything else. But as you tag the back of a kart down there, your rear end is so light that if you just do something like that, you are going to end up facing the wrong way, unfortunately. And Harry Brown spins out of 4th place down into 5th, with Harrison Johns promoted up into 4th place. So the field is now fairly well spread, but we are on the last lap. So as they come through the checkered flag, it's 2 from 2 for Max Shields in Junior Pro Kart. Takes the victory then from Christian Oblang. The gap at the end, 6 seconds, with Wilkins coming through for third place. Harrison Johns comes through to take fourth.